Go ahead and get started. This is Ryan, your local marketing specialist, and today we have Zach Anderson with Yelp here today to do a webinar. We're going to be looking over their new products that allow you to tell your potential customers what makes your business unique, show your best projects, and display some new items on your profile for your trade licenses. So keep in mind that everyone's on mute right now, so if you have any questions while we're going through the seminar, just go ahead and put those in the chat box, and at the end of the webinar, we will discuss those questions. So from there, go ahead and Zach, whenever you're ready.
Great, thank you, Ryan. Appreciate everybody that's able to hop on here today, and for anybody who's going to view this as a recording later. We're going to do this a little bit differently. If you've attended some of these webinars we've done in the past, typically I'll have a slide deck of some stuff to go through in terms of, just some educational pieces around Yelp and some updates around our offerings or things you can be using. But today I thought we thought it'd be useful to go over some more pieces around how Yelp is thinking about giving owners the opportunity to tell more of their unique story to customers that are coming onto Yelp. So I figure I'd start us off here with this visual here of a Mr. Handyman location in Baltimore. We have a really well-designed and complete page from what we've done here historically. So you can see here at the top of the listing, we have a great request a quote button at the top. It's being utilized with good response time. We have areas where folks can get taken over to the website, a variety of photos and reviews, and our services offered. So historically, there's been quite a bit of content build onto Yelp pages that give some information here around what the business does, but there's not a lot of uniqueness around some specificity around the actual business itself. This is a piece that we've taken away as information from the business community that they want to be able to tell their story on Yelp and showcase more than just a couple of photos and the information about reviews. So in fact, when we look at even what Yelp reports to Wall Street, this is a glimpse into a shareholder letter that we publish quarterly with our earnings statements. We've talked specifically about some of our newer features here within this and the intent behind it. In fact, we have 3 new products we're going to cover today: verified license, business highlights, and portfolios, and how you can go get those set up, and how we are taking these to market to help businesses out. So one piece I wanted to highlight here is that since the start of 2019, we launched a new feature called Yelp Verified License and Business Highlights, and it's attracted 25,000 new signups onto these features on pages. And we'll talk about how we can actually get those onto your pages. In fact, these products that are highlighted here are designed to help businesses communicate their unique stories and differentiate themselves. So again, that's the intent here, is to bring more information to the community around what your business specifically does and how you can leverage Yelp from there. So let's jump into kind of what some of the things you would see. So here we have a search for someone looking for handyman near Seattle, Washington. A variety of sponsor results at the top. And you may see a couple of things like this, like family owned and operated, certified professionals, verified license, check marks, all these different things that help this business stand out a little bit more within these search results by having that. Comparatively, you have this JCT handyman services that doesn't have this information like family owned and operated, certified professionals, or the verified license on there. So we're going to talk a little bit where those appear on the search, or how these appear onto the actual business listings themselves, and how you can get signed up with them. So here we have an example of a location that has a couple of these features implemented. So if we look at Handy Handsome Husbands here, they have a verified license. In fact, you can find out what this is by clicking onto this information here, and you can see that license number, where it's issued from, the type of license, and if it's verified by Yelp. This is only available in select states. You'd find this within your business owner's dashboard if it's available where you're at. You can go through and get it engaged onto your page. Similarly, we have some highlights from this specific business. So women owned and operated, free consultations, references available, all these little pieces and tidbits of information like we just saw within the search results that are showing up on the listing. So as a quick example, you can see how nicely laid out this is on this specific page compared to what we have from a standard page we see today, which hops right into some photos. So give some more of that information, and all this shows up even before you get to anything about reviews on that business itself. All shows up ahead of that, which is great. So more stuff where you can tell the story. Additionally, we have another feature called portfolios, which you can add to showcase some specifics around jobs that you've done, and even put some information around how much that would cost to before and afters and all those features that come with that. So if we click on to this Hertz Seattle interior project, folks have added specific projects. So long overdue interior painting refresh, a local Seattle Hertz. Some more information about it. Click into all sorts of different photos with some before and afters. Including has a price breakdown about how much this costs for them to do this. And they have another project here around this Redmond fence deck and patio. Again, some examples of the work they've done about how much this costs. So again, these two features will give you the opportunity to showcase more than just the standard photos we have on here, but things that will help your business page pop out a little bit more and get more of that information out to consumers when they're searching around for a business like yours on Yelp. So we'll jump over here, talk about how you can get these implemented onto your actual page. So here's the back end of the Yelp Business Owners Dashboard. If you don't have access to this at the end of this conversation, I'll pull up some ways you can contact our team and log into your own individual account. But here we have the login dashboard for the Mr. Handyman here in Baltimore. When you pop in, it'll show up your activity page, and you'll see each of these three sections here. They all say new, so very accessible for you to hop into them, where you can sign up for these features. We jump into the page upgrade section. It'll show the stuff that have already been purchased for this page. They already have a call to action as well as a slideshow. But there's a couple other things that we have on here. So you can choose business highlights, and if you hover over the top of it, it'll tell you some information about that specific feature, as well as if they wanted to remove competitor ads from the page. If you have one of the self-serve products on Yelp where you've gone and you can just sign up on your own, you'll see these popping up as an average per day. So pretty affordable. If you want to take competitors off your page, it only costs $2 a day to do that. And if you want to add business highlights on it, it only costs $2 a day. Similarly, you can hop into the business highlights section. You can add this in yourself. So pretty simple. Highlight the best of your business. Again, businesses that are seeing this have seeing about 15% more leads. And all you got to do is click on the business highlights button, and it'll pull you into a spot where you can put in the credit card number to go add this onto your page and take you through the piece where you select which ones you want to go showcase for your business. You have up to 6 you can select out of this list of 30 that are here. And 2 of them that you select as the first 2 will show up in the search results like we saw initially when we were looking in Seattle for handyman. Similarly, if you want to add on the portfolios, you just hop into the portfolio section. You can add in the portfolio upgrade exactly the same way. Again, $2 per day on average to have this on your page itself. Pop up and you'll be able to upload projects of your job. You can select from 2 up to 50 photos about a specific project. You can put in information like how much that job costs, some information how long it took for the job to be completed, all sorts of other pieces on there that are going to provide additional pieces of information for those consumers who are looking at your page. If you have questions on any of these features and how to implement them on the page, we have the support page, which is yelp-support.com. You'll see here the search bar at the top. So if you're curious about portfolios, you can hop in here. So how do I create my Yelp portfolio? Click that link, and I'll have all sorts of information here around how you can do that. If you'd like personalized assistance, you can contact our team directly here. There's a phone number to give our inbound support team a call, and they can walk you through any pieces that you have on this, as well as you can email into our team at mhmsupport@yelp.com or log into our support page or log into your dashboard with those links there. That covers my overview here around verified license, business highlights, and portfolios. Any questions that we have on the line?
I don't see anything in the chat box yet, so we're waiting on anybody have any questions about any of that?
Ryan, do you have any questions?
I don't. I mean, that was very thorough. I think some of those features would be very beneficial. The badges for sure. Oh, looks like we got one coming in. You highlighted a Baltimore business. Does that mean that very license is in Maryland?
It's not showing up within the business owner's dashboard when we're in there. In fact, as a follow-up, what I can do is let me get a list of all of the states where we have verified license available today. So since I'm not seeing there, I'm just off the top of my head assuming that we don't have it live in Baltimore today. Some of the states I know where we have it live are California, Arizona, Washington, Florida, several others as well. Part of the challenge is when it comes to license verification, as most of the folks in the network know, it's going to vary state by state in terms of what the requirements are, as well as how that works. On Yelp Sim, we are actually going in and verifying through the state that the license is valid for the name that's on there, which, as you can imagine, can be a challenge from state to state. Some have an online portal where it makes it very easy for Yelp to get that information. Others, you actually have to go down to the state courthouse, so we haven't quite figured out the solution there yet. So still working on some of the other ones. So as a follow-up, I'll get a list of the states where that is valid today for folks that want to go get that implemented onto their page.
Excellent. So we got a couple more questions that are coming in now. It says someone put, is it possible to turn these features and upgrades on and off throughout the year?
Yes, it is. So these products work just the same as the advertising component. They're priced on a $1 per day average. So you can go in and turn these on and off at will as you see fit. So if there's parts of the year where you want to have these live, great. If you want to swap them out for different seasons, if you're going to be staining decks, you probably aren't going to be doing that in the Northeast in the middle of the winter. You're probably going to be doing that sort of spring and summer, or you might want to swap that out for a different job at that time. So you have a lot of flexibility in terms of what you want to show and when you want it to be shown on the to consumers.
All right. Kevin said Maryland has an online portal, so maybe there's other places that have portals. The other question we have is, looks like when you pay for advertising, they believe that the competitors' ads were already hidden. Do you now have to pay extra to hide competitors' ads?
Pricing has modeled separately over the years in terms of how we've laid this out. So previously, we used to bundle the pricing into the packages for ads when we were selling longer term contracts. So when you used to sign up for a 12-month subscription, we bundle that in, although the pricing was still broken out in terms of how many dollars went towards ads versus the removal of competitor ads. Now that we've gone to a complete no-term contract model and you sign up for $1 per day, we add them in as a la carte. So you have the choice if you want to add it in. The pricing still works out to the same. There's still a discount that's included by bundling it in through our relationship with PTN. So there's still advantages to the relationship from that end, but you can choose whether or not you want to add in the removal of ads or not.
All right. Anybody else? Question? Give me about 30 more seconds. Well, if you guys have any additional questions, you can always email me, ryan.kerwin@neighborly.com, or of course, you got contact information right on the page. This will be available in the next HOH for the webinar, so if you want to review it again, just look for that. Besides that, we appreciate, Zach, you taking the time to show us this, and I think that's it for today.
Great. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks so much, Zach.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.